My fault. I didn't even mean to talk that long in the last video, whatever, but it just happened that way. It happened that way, it's just, it's true talks. It's true talks, you know what I mean? And I could talk, fam. So you're right, especially with passion. When it's this shit, like I do this, you know what I'm saying? I'm the truest. Who you is getting buckets because I'm ruthless. And I'm like I'm ruthless. I can roof this. Please don't roof this. I'm the truth, miss. You know what I mean? Like I could do this forever, forever. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say is, how do I say this? The Clippers and the Mavs scenario. It's special we're watching. It's special what we seeing. I am so torn in this series. It's unbelievable. Luka, Kyrie first, and then Luka. Yes, Luka is him, but Kyrie's still that guy first. It's Kobe work. Kyrie and Luka. The reason why I struggle because I had and I don't want to be limited. I hate being like held to my predictions, even though like you should be. You should. I get it. I get it. But for me, it's like predicting. I never want to predict. I just do it because like engagement. You're trying to like I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to snap out here. So obviously I'm not doing as much as I should be. You know what I mean? But I'm getting back into the groove. Just it's life. Two kids under two, like it's reckless. So, anyways, but what I'm saying is when you look at it from that perspective, like I don't like to. I do predict, but you can never predict like instinctuals. You can in heat of the moment in the battle, you can never predict. You could predict how it should go based on like you try to. This guy is this guy, and I know how he reacts in these scenarios. I know, and I can predict who should win. But it's like watching a. That's why when you watch a movie, you know that Captain America is gonna win this battle, but it's like how does he win it? Oh, he might not win it. Damn, what the hell? He lost. You know what I mean? Like, obviously it's different because you know the storyline in comics, but when they don't follow the shit, you like sometimes you don't know how they gonna do it. So it's like that's what life is. Life is like a movie sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's a story playing out. It's a movie playing out, right? And when you look at it from that perspective, you can understand that Luka and Kyrie are two guys like in 24. Remember, this is Kobe year. It's Kobe here. You know what I'm saying? So I could see it feels like destiny that Kyrie and Luka are to win a ring this year because that's like two Kobe minds. You saw how Kobe was like amped to see Luka. He knows that he has Kobe mind. Like it's two Kobe minds together at a. It's like Kyrie and Luka's like Kyrie and LeBron that you never thought you would know. That's why Kyrie didn't never expected it, but like it happened this year, and he's like, wow, Luka's actually like the how I wanted LeBron to be in terms of like this skilled merchant, this killer. Like this is who I wanted LeBron to be. LeBron was kind of that in moments, but like Kyrie was the killer. It's two killers. Hence why Kyrie is not mad at giving Luka the rock and going off the ball. Like he's chilling sometimes. Because it's like, that's a killer I actually trust. Not no knock or anything. I'm talking about from like a Kyrie mind perspective. It's like you understand Kyrie's him in the clutch. You gotta understand like the game winner went to Kyrie. Like look who we're talking about. The biggest moment of all time, 3-1 comeback that means so much for LeBron. He needs this to be his GOAT thing, whatever. You didn't even get the game winner in that. Not no knock against LeBron. It's just I'm calling it what it is. MJ's big moment, he got the game winner in that. Kobe's big moment, he got the game. Like you didn't even get the game winner in that. It doesn't mean you're still not that guy, but you're not that guy. There's tiers when we're comparing that guy. There's tiers. Luka is that guy. He's of that ilk. I just struggle with Luka because his adjust meter. If your Luka shit isn't working, why don't you go off the ball a little bit, let that guy eat and blow by his guy, and I'll be spotting up a little bit. Because you always had a type of guy. You had a Jalen Brunson with you. You had killers with you. But you didn't trust their level of killer because you're looking at it. They're not my level of killer, so I'm not doing certain shit. And where I want Luka finally, when he feels like he's with a killer who matches him, okay, I have to like, I can't even question Kyrie because I know what he does. He wows me. No one used to wow Luka on his team. Used to be wild at himself every time he'd be laughing. But like he'd be like, when Kyrie, that's the first, he's like wild on his team. Like he's wild. Like he's like looking at Kyrie like this nigga's special. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at it from that perspective, like, this is why he's like, I got to get better now in my catch and shoot, because Kyrie has the ball in his hand. If he passes to me, I got to do what Kyrie's doing to me. When I pass to Kyrie and he's hitting this 50, 40, 90 shit and catching and shooting, like, he's inspiring me to, like, okay, I got to do my catch and shoot. I got to be better. Like, things that I've been said from time that he should have. He just didn't see Jalen Brunson as this Jalen Brunson, even though he did in moments, but he's like, because Jalen Brunson, again, is not in his perfect rhythm scenario. So I could see why Luka's looking at him like, he's nice, but he's not like that. Where now Brunson, because they're the same guy in terms of a point guard. So, like, it's like Spider-Man meme. In a different version in terms of we're point guard, we run our team, we're the guy that go to, everybody else, what are y'all doing? Give me the rock, find it. Like, they're the same guy in terms of that role. Where Kyrie is that same guy and a killer, but he can play off the ball, let you do your thing. That's why it worked. Where he goes anywhere, he could do 50, 40, 90 always. So when you look at it from that perspective, like, I'm okay with instincts. I've learned, and just watching in game 1, I knew it was going to happen. That's why I said game 7. And it's just that in certain moments, do I trust that Luka, his crutch is to go to his offense, even when shit isn't working, when Kyrie's hot today? Is he going to read that go to Kyrie right now? He could close it. Like, that kind of like, ha. It's still not a natural. It's still the Luka offense running. Luka still isn't naturally just always been just like a hoop or thoroughbred. In terms of, like, not like he isn't, and he has natural instincts, which is why he could go one-on-one for all these plays. No screen. The screen to get the one-on-one, but one-on-one all these plays and be unguardable in the clutch time. I trust mine. Like, that is different level of, like, you don't be, like, that is, like, dog. Like, he's actually, like, you have 2 real unguardable players. Like, it's literally one-on-one, we have a battle, and, like, we're fighting right now. And you cut off this one, but I do it behind the back. You cut off this one, like, you can't even game plan for it. So you tell him, guard him, we want, like, but now it's like we're on one-on-one battles. Fuck all that quotient shit. It's me and you right now. And, like, I'm instinctively, like, our minds are fighting. And I'm John Wick. And Luka just has the ability. He could go I'm winning every battle. I don't care who you put in front of me one-on-one. I'm frying him. Kawhi, on your beam. Step on Harden. You even reach multiple times. It don't matter. On your beam. That's why he's screaming. Nigga, I'm him, yo. I don't need nothing. I don't need nobody. Just myself. I do this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah. You have 2 of them, Kyrie and Luka. So, like, at any point in time, like, they could just, like, hit you in. They could just hit night. Where you going? So that's why this series, like, I don't know who's gonna win. I can't call it because I have to respect that I know who is who. It feels like destiny, them winning. Like, I've been feeling this, but it's like, fucking hell. It's like, damn. My IQ's too high. I, like, overthink. Luka, I don't trust that offense, though, in the moment. I've seen it at times. He could have 40 and he could be killing, but then, like, mans are out of rhythm, and then now they struggle. But it's like, I give a benefit because, like, Kyrie is, like, him struggling just in the clutch, like, no matter. But you could still cancel, make it harder for him by, like, not, or even if he's hot, you just don't even go to him. So he didn't even have an opportunity to even shoot the rock because he's in spot-up mode. So, like, I still see these IQ things that I'm like, I just don't. There's something about them I don't trust, and because it's first year, they haven't. If they've been in this for, like, this is second year and they now know, and they have so much reps, like, certain unnatural fits. Sometimes you need so much reps. It is a natural fit when Luka has the ball, but when Kyrie has the ball, it's not a natural fit. When Luka's off the ball, he's trying and he's doing better, but it's not. So that's why sometimes you see them for the game winner. It's like, I give it to Luka, I give it to Kyrie, no you, I give it to him. They're like, what the hell? They didn't even get a shot off. It's like, fucking hell. It's like they're not in sync sometimes. They can't have those moments. They are getting better at it because now they're instinctively, they're trusting their instincts more. They're not kind of forcing it. But there's still moments where both of them could be like, it's me now. And Luka's always going to do that because it's kind of like his team. So he could cancel Kyrie unintentionally when he's hot. So Kyrie's, like, trying to show clutching moments. There's times where Luka was calling for the rock in the corner on the whatever for the ISO, and Kyrie just blew by and then got, like, the push floater on Kawhi. Or was it Kawhi or PG? You got a push floater. And Luka was in the corner because they were running a play for, like, ISO off the mismatch. Like, 3 possessions. Then they were going to it again, but then Kyrie just said no. And he looked him off and he just dribbled and didn't pass it to him, whatever, and then got the blow by, bump, push floater on the right side of the court. Defensive left side. Right? When you look at it from that perspective, it's like, all right. And then Luka's like, oh, celebrating, like, okay, my fault. Like, they still have certain moments where it's like they're both trying to give me the rock, fam, and they kind of like it's like a beautiful clash, but it could clash when you're facing other guys who lock in defensively and force you to your weaknesses. So when I look at that, like, this is why I said Clippers in 7. Again, I this is why I have 7 because I know that Dallas could still win. Like it's not like I don't have that. Like I'm so torn this year with a lot of series that like it's that's why I have every series going like 6-7. I don't have no 5 games. I don't have none of them. I didn't have that. So like I expect all these to be long series. It's like that's why I be patient with my comments. Like all of these, I expected it. So again, it could be a shock, but then I will learn something new about whoever who is who because I'm trying to anticipate. So, anyways, when you look at it from that perspective, like that's why Luka and the Mavs, like it's something special with what they're doing. Like, and they find like you have defenders around them, like they're literally like they're hooping, yo. And so when you look at it from the Clippers, when you're now facing a team like that, you can't just insert Kawhi context. This is where I'm like, I'm not overreacting to the Clippers because this is why I'm looking at game 3. Like, this got to be a real fucking game 3 because in game 2 for the Clippers, I don't overreact. So instead of breaking it down and highlighting certain things, boom, 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 boom. I mean, I was supposed to, but like time and whatever. But instead of breaking it down and showing like the plays or whatever, it's more so like, let me just talk about the perspective so people can understand. Like, you kind of have to like, yes, things can happen in the game you highlight and they might adjust or whatever, but you have to like, a lot of it was like the Clippers were not, it's like a full team who's kind of them now and they know who they are and they're adjusting and they're hooping versus a team that like, it's like a new team that just was on the court last night. Because when you have to remember, like I was talking about my Phoenix video, this is the first year of the Kawhi Harden PG experiment, Russ experiment. Got traded in the year, not mid-year. So they did have a sample size of their winning. They figured it out. But then now, when other teams started stepping up, remember, still not a natural fit. That's what you got to remember. For them, it's not a natural fit. So when it's not a natural mesh, it's harder to. The natural mesh was Brooklyn. That's why they didn't even need reps. It was a natural mesh. Harden's running the PG because he's naturally a PG. If he just adjusts certain things, and Kyrie and them, even though they're frustrated with playing off the ball and they don't want to, they could still do it. That it's a natural mesh. They don't need rhythm. They don't need like Kyrie could play as a shooter like he's Joe Harris, and then you know what I mean. KD can come off pin, those can go to the play, could do whatever. It doesn't matter. And then Harden's controlling, running the pace, going to certain things. So like it was a beautiful mesh when they played. They didn't even need to. They didn't need reps. When you're that of a mesh and just natural, it's like it's just like you're in sync. We don't even need practice. We can just go out there and hoop. So that's why it's scary hours. That's why Harden felt the way he felt. But then when you get this happened in the year and they're not being on the court together, that just changed everything. The vaccine, it did. A pandemic can change some stuff. Like, you know what I mean? So when that happened, obviously now life changed. Everything went a different route. He didn't expect to be in Phoenix, but he's in Phoenix. Everything kind of worked out how it worked out, right? Because it's just, it's just God, right? It's just God, right? It's just happening. So it's crazy how it's like full circle. How Kyrie's like every time he would complain to LeBron about, complain to Kobe about like what LeBron's not doing. He's like, I know. But it's like Luka is now starting to do that, starting to be that. You know what I mean? Like I could just smell it. So you know what I mean? When it's like Kyrie's starting to realize. That's why Kyrie's even looking at himself. You know what? I was in here operating with like the same guys of how I was in Brooklyn. I had to like, okay, life has changed. Let me readjust. Let me know it's a whole new scenario. Forget everything I knew. Let me relearn the people. And then now you see them like maximizing, even with the inconsistencies in the lineup. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at it from that perspective, it's like, okay, but that team has, so even they're more of a better fit than the Clippers, those two. So now they're here. They've been, especially for the last bulk of the season, they've been intact. No injuries, they're intact. Obviously, Derek Lively had, his mom passing and, God rest her soul and stuff like that. And, or grandma, it's been passed. I've been, my fault if I got it wrong. But let me actually get that right. I don't wanna say the wrong thing. You know what I mean? Hold on one second. But like when you have other than that happening, let me see here. Yeah, so his mom's passed. I knew it was his mom. So yeah, his mom passing, so his mom passing, stuff like that affected, and it changed certain things. But again, Derek Lively has a role. They got the Gafford, so they could like mask it, and then Kleba coming back. So it's like it's not like the injuries they have are not high effect ones like a Kawhi injury, right? So that's why they're at a point where they're fully meshed. Where you got to look at the context. When they were hooping the Clippers like this, when they were winning, then they had an adjustment period where they're now hitting the mouth again, where the Clippers and all these other teams like the Wolves, all these like they see the Clippers now, they're looking at them like, we got to kill you. We're letting you know that no, We're testing ourselves versus you guys because everyone's talking about you guys under in the hoop community. Like the Clippers are scary. Like they're talking about you guys. Real Paris. We see what you guys are doing. This is Rec Hard, and oh wow, y'all looking like you're a ring. Let's test ourselves today. So they're getting the best foot forward of all these other teams. That now the Clippers are kind of going through moments of like, oh, we kind of do this, and then they lax it, and then now they can't make up for it. Lose. What's going on with the Clippers? What's going on with sometimes you go into especially they're not a natural fit, so like they're hitting them out. They have to adjust. They have to get back to certain things, not be lazy anymore. And then now Kawhi gets injured. And then he kind of comes in and out, figuring it out, but then now he's injured for the last 12 games. They now figure it out and find a new identity without him. Remember, it's not a natural fit, so now Harden is now doing more. Harden's more of his Luka close comparison. That was that one game. Was Luka Harden basically. Luka was Harden in game 1. Now Harden has to take a backseat again, try to play make to Kawhi. Like other role players have stepped up because of no Kawhi, like Coffee and stuff like that, done more takes, all of that, more cuts, more instinctive feel. Now you're cutting back your instinctive feel you've been doing for a while, for 12 games. I've been doing this, the new me now. Now fucking hell Kawhi back. We want him back because he's him, but now there's an adjustment kinks you got to go back. Now I can't cut the same because Kawhi has a robotic shot in the fucking corner. So the other team with good defenders they're gonna guard him. They're gonna gap, and they could gap, but they don't have to close out as fast to him because he could hit it, and he's potent with the 3. But you don't have to close out as sharp because his shot is slow, so you have more time and distance. So now I can shrink the floor better on PG, so his ISO looks or Harden's playmaking or throwing the alley to Zubac. Some things are padded now and harder now. Where it was more open now because you have a shooter in the corner who's only 3-and-D. Coffee's in the corner right there. They can't help off that. That's stupid. He hit too many threes. So now the alley's more open for Zubac. That's why you see Zubac eating. Now Zubac, all of these things. I don't even need to watch the game fully. I could just see it. I just need 3 possessions, and I see what's happening. You know what I'm saying? So like when you look at it from that perspective, all of these things that I'm talking about and I'm trying to explain, stats can't really tell that. Stats can't really do that. But at the end, it's just eye test, right? It's just instinctively the eye. So when you look at it, so I'm in the minds of the hoopers. They know. If they see, they know. You know what I mean? I don't need to be there. They know. So what I'm trying to say is that kind of clash kind of coming right there is like fucking hell. Like what is that? What is that? We got to get used to Kawhi. So don't overreact to that game 2. And for them to only still lose by 3 because again they still locked in. They were trying. Like I looked at that game as a positive thing from the Clippers. You're in your worst case scenario, and you're still padding certain times. You're still having moments of you're still fighting. It wasn't like a blowout when it should have been because you're Kawhi coming in so it's there's still good things. So this is gonna be a long series. Game 3 is gonna be more of a real battle. Game 3 and 4 because now they talk about it. They realize now everyone settles back. You go back to your other role. You kind of go back to certain things, but you're kind of you were also in the other role. So this could be a positive thing. It just depends how they do it. Coffee and all these guys, Terrence Mann, how they increase. They could be, okay, now that Kawhi's here, we have a guy that we trust more, but I could still be that same confident guy that I had to be when he wasn't here. In a smaller role, I could be way better. Now that blow by that I had to do or that midi that I had to shoot unconventionally that I would have never shot because I was just in that 3-and-D role, I can now do now. I could see certain things. I just have to be aggressive still. Still be my 3-and-D guy, but I have another point of aggression, have another point of attack. Now it just makes it better. It changes the adjustment of the chess strategy from the Mavs. What the hell? Coffee's doing pull-ups or he did okay, fucking hell, we can't close out as hard. So now you're now more in it helps. Everything is everything. Everything is everything. This is why coaching staff is not just one coach. It's a coaching staff because every man sees, all elite men seeing different things and they talk. What do you see? You know what I'm saying? So when you look at it from that perspective, game 3 and 4 is going to be a real war. That's going to be the real test. You know what I mean? I love to see that. So I'm not overreacting to game 2, but I react to game 2 this was don't doubt the Mavs, but don't doubt the Clippers. It's kind of this is a real, we're in a real Game of Thrones war. This is why this is so special. This is the most beautiful playoffs I've seen, and it's gonna only get better. This is round 1, fam, and this is just you see some blowouts, but remember, sometimes oh my god, sometimes we want close games so much. No, understand when you look at this in the movie's perspective, you're gonna just watch when we see a lot of game 6s and 7s. Or even in game 5s, a lot of clutch moments. You're going to see clutch moments at the right time, and you're going to see who's who. It's going to happen that way because every man feels it's Kobe here. Kobe's here. Every man, if I feel it, every man does. And because they're literally doing this for real. And I'm going to be doing this for real. But every man feels it. So something is happening. You just have to trust the process and see it. Sometimes don't overreact to certain games and moments as a blow this team is ass. You'll see a whole different the next time. This is why you've seen the Lakers hit the Nuggets in the mouth. Like, this is real war. Be patient. Just appreciate what you're seeing. We've never seen a playoffs like this in any history. I promise you. I promise you. We might have seen flashes, but when I'm telling you, like I said, old is elite. Guys who should be getting out. Back then, the LeBron ages, the KD ages, these older guys are like role players. Like, look at Akeem Olajuwon when he went to the Raptors, his age. I don't even need to guess it. It was like older, higher. Like, you know what I mean? Because, again, a lot of it, too, they come to the league at an older age when you had the college. Like, a lot of things is just evolution. When the league is now coming in at a younger age, one and dones and all that type of stuff. And, like, now the young, you have a lot of, like, young. You saw Kobe was young, but he wasn't in the playoffs elite yet. It was kind of like to get all-star game talking shit to them. Imagine now Kobe was, like, leading a team. Like, that's like an evolution in the young MJ. Like, that's why Anthony Edwards could be really even more special than special. Because, like, he's already doing things faster. And so, like, now you have more time in that. He's not. That's why he's like, remember, I'm not even in my prime. Like, I don't think people understand who Edwards is, fam. Like, it's just different. So, you have young Kobe's, like, literally, like, 19, 21, 22, like, leading. Shea, all these guys. Elite. And not like they're leading. They're top seeds. In the same years that the old heads who are still them are still them. Then you have the middle of, like, Tatum's, Giannis's, and all these certain guys, right, who are in the middle ages, Jokic, stuff like that, who are still them. It's like the young, middle, new superstars. That's why Jokic is still MVP, like Jamal Murray, all these guys. So it's like you have all of this class. Like it's like the Avengers is happening in the NBA. And people so focused on and not looking like defense when the skill's so potent. There's going to be moments where it looks like mans aren't playing defense. It's not that. It's a whole different thought process, whole different NBA, whole different IQ thing. Like you have to, it's the same thing with social media. Certain mans can say certain things and we're not as sensitive, but now we're hella sensitive because everything is shown. The old ways, like update your mind, fam. It's a whole new, like we have to learn. We have to learn. Knowledge is more there. Everything is there. Internet is there. Like, man's is getting exposed. Look at the Diddy shit. Like, it's a whole. You have to unlearn who you were and relearn. So that's what this year is going to be for the NBA. It's happening in real life. It's happening in the NBA. It's happening all across the board. So treat this year as I'm learning who is who. LeBron is him, but he still rattled out that three. Why didn't you just attack? But you had the three. You should have shot it. I rate it, but you rattled it out. You rattled the free throw. There's still a level of that non-Kobe tier. He's close, but he's still another tier away from that. Will Jamal Murray look at that in the struggle? He turned it up and got the game winner and got multiple buckets. That Jokic, who is literally comparable to Bron, said, I'm going to defer to you. Come, I need you. I can't do this. Even though Jokic is technically hot, it's you. When the pressure. Understand what I'm saying? There's levels. That's what the guy on the Nuggets who I fear is Jamal fucking Murray. Nobody else. Jokic, yeah. But I'm talking about fear like this, where it don't matter if he's hot, cold. I'm saying, like, if Jokic is cold today, he's probably missing that. He might maybe, like, or he might not shoot it because he's going to pass. He's, like, going to be on self. The guy who's just a killer, I'm aiming at you. And I'm going to get this. That's the guy you worry about. Just like Shaq and Kobe was, and that's a different thing. So anyways, we're going to talk about that. So anyways, you already know it's True Talk is True Talk. Share, like, and subscribe. We out here. There's no doubt here. There's no jaw here. You feel me? I appreciate y'all. You already know. You already know, man. Click that notification button so you know when I'm here, because I'm here. You feel me? I was going to talk about the Pacers, but, you know, I end up doing these videos too long. So, well, you know, next time, whatever, just keep following. We're going to keep increasing. I know it's like Banks is talking. Be patient. Be patient. Be patient. It's here, though. It's here, though. I'm not a weirdo, but I'm here, though. You could hear, though. I know. Just listen, fam. I'm wishing, fam. Sometimes Banks be missing, fam. Oh, no, but that's the missing plan. Because I'm kind of... they be fishing, fam. Come on. And I could wish the gram. Come to it. IG. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my mind. I'm here, though. I'm her, though. Jumping over these... like it's hurdles. I'm her, though. Not her, though, but I'm here. I'm her. I'm here, though. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? It's True Talks. It's True Talks. Sure, like and subscribe. We out here. There's no doubt here. There's no drought here. You feel me? I appreciate y'all. You already know. Again, click the notification button so you know when I'm here, because I'm here. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. You feel me? I appreciate y'all. You already know. And I'm out, man.